suppose with that performance, you two now pass. As mentor and boss, I am so proud. Hold on. Should we not check the rest of the pizza?
I've been tricked! My piece was fine!
That means...
You'd still eat literal sewage after all that?
Such incompetence. Pardon, Vit? How do you expect me to think with your repetitive video games? What with those wacky characters and their nonsense battle cries?
I could turn it down, but I'm almost leveled enough for the next post-game map. I get to battle and recruit one of my favorite Passantera protagonists, Asar.
Could you not just turn off the TV at that point and keep your nonsense soundlessly? The visuals are distracting as well.
But, I could miss important sound cues in my grinding, and there's some things I gotta watch for.
Honestly, Vit, for all the effort you put into goofing off, we might have eliminated genophils from this city hundredfold.
Talking about them again already? Also, as far as we know, it's not like they can come from anywhere. They just sorta pop up, like those SB bulbs of theirs.
Them appearing out of nowhere does not make sense. That is rather astute for you.
Oh, thanks, I guess. Wait, you kinda missed the point. Like, it's great that we're gonna wipe them all out, but are you sure you're not thinking about other things too?
There's not enough time to think about the small things. Wait until I make a name for the exterminators. But, you know, you kinda appeared out of nowhere yourself, did you not?
Come on, Luce, that's not very nice to insinuate. I've been around since before they started popping up.
I have also been wondering how you use your ability. I understand how they work with your epidermal meristematic tissues, but how do you activate them?
Please stop using so many big words at once. Also, come on, you can call it a power.
I will not refer to it as something so cheesy and embarrassing!
Aw, fine. Anyway, it's not so much a concentration thing as a feeling thing, you know? Damned if it doesn't make me hungry, though.
If you can eat what you make, why include the wasteful parts like that? It just burns excess.
I don't see the appeal.
Enough of the nonsense. I'm going to hold a meeting. Are you ordering another pizza after last time? They are lucky we didn't call them out for the unexpected contents.
Izan looked into it, and it was just that one. No other sewage has been getting on their pizza lately.
Considering it is pizza pizza that does not make much of a difference. Also, who even christens themselves that?
Pizan is Pizan. That any better than you naming me Vitiel?
I still think it's a sweet name. But as for that foul, I suppose I will bear it for yet another day.
Hello, head of OSP, Anelia speaking.
The formalities are not necessary, Swamp Queen. I am calling a meeting right this second.
What's the deal this time?
Just get in here. It will all come to light once we all convene.
So it's improvised. Just give me a few to get my bearings and I'll be in there. See you soon.
To be fair, she does catch on pretty well.
Even after cutting the volume, you still find ways to make unnecessary noise. Meeting. What about our direction in the grand scheme of things?
Sure thing.
She sure tries her best not to take after you.
I cannot understand why. I would believe most people out there would be envious of myself.
I don't know either. Not many people want to do what we're doing, let alone get the whole thing started. I don't get it, honestly. It's kind of a fun job, and we could use another hand or two.
Fun? This is serious business! I cannot fathom why you would find it fun, aside from maybe the satisfaction of eliminating this menace.
That might be part of it, but I can't quite put my finger on any other reason.
There you all are! I was worried that I'd have to make my announcements without an audience.
Did you find anything new on the Genophils or what?
No, I'm pretty sure the main event is stand-up.
Enough with the delays. Inspiration has struck me, knocking myself as well as the direction of the exterminators towards a new path. We will not rely on Genophils to strike any longer, though we will still heed any public cry. Perhaps even starting today, we can begin our search.
In only 2 sentences, you've managed to present 100 problems at once, setting the bar as high as usual.
Thank you, thank you. Problems?
Yeah, how much are we getting for the extra work? Do you have any basis on where to find where they come from? Probably a bunch more, but I can't be asked to think right now.
Well, I suppose that it is a research venture, not to mention eliminating the Genophils is a reward in itself.
I think I'm gonna play this one straight. I don't think taking small jobs and ones that nobody asked for is gonna get the exterminators far. Sure you don't want to wait for a huge mess of them? For us to swoop in, take all of the credit, be hailed as heroes, make news, etc., so on and so forth.
Absurd! Even if you have read my goals.
It's a little deeper than reading them, unfortunately for me.
While this is Lucius Godwin. Please attempt contact again in the future. The exterminators are conducting an important meeting.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Godwin, but glad you're making ample time for your organization. When would be better?
Oh, no. Any meeting with someone as esteemed as yourself takes precedent.
Margareta Hemsworth is actually wasting her time on you? Get her up on the projector. Get her priorities straight.
She's right, Mr. Godwin. If your coworkers are here, please include them.
Damn. I know of her philanthropic tendencies, but generosity should have its limits, you know?
No. This is my shot at getting her focus to shift from things like this to organizations with big potential, like mine.
Yeah, but can we really call what you have going on an organization? You're like the only person in it.
Like I said, there's priorities that need to be straightened.
Pardon the interruption.
Naturally, I can only be honored that you are willing to take a moment from your assuredly busy day from me.
Excuse my own interruption, and sorry for my unpresentability, but what's all this?
The exterminators are next in the rotation, Amelia.
This is not your meeting! And what rotation?
Every once in a while or so, Hem here rounds up little Damn, I'm tired. Small groups, like ourselves, to check our viability going forward. I've sort of had them, but we're a special case, as you know.
You didn't know? That seems like the kind of thing you'd be on the balls about.
That aside, the exterminators are welcome for our next session. Or a future one, if time doesn't allow.
I am more than sure you can assume my stance on that. When would that be?
Next Wednesday. I'll send further details later.
That is no trouble. I shall be there.
Oh, come on, take us too. I want to see what that's like.
But
I encourage you all to come. For now, there's nothing else to address, considering how busy you are.
Hold on. What about calling in the Human Futurization Society?
That's to be determined.
How can you not know? You're in charge of that and a whole bunch of bigger things. Why can't I have my
See you all there.
let us resume our previous discussion. What has just transpired is a big deal in regards.
Are you saying your idea from before can work to impress the head of Beacon 27?
That is exactly what I mean. Just imagine, the Exterminators becoming as big of a name as brands in the Beacon 27 pyramid like Histomed and Omnitreat.
What do you suppose we do with the name after your job's fully done then? The most optimistic way you could take this is the exterminators becoming only legacy after a while, instead of making lasting impacts. If all the genophils were gone, people years from now wouldn't know what they missed and its value, if any.
Hollywood recounting us with hyperbole ad nauseum?
Think that you were complaining about my vocabulary minutes ago. However, now that you mention that, there may need to be more planning after all. As another, however, following what I have said already, perhaps starting with the whole of our Ranva city, we can tower off our reputation further.
If there was such a tower, it'd be wobbly at best.
Vit, don't you think it's a bit early for this?
Looks like I popped in at a good time. How we all doing? Nah. After what happened before, this one's on us. Oh, nice! You're on post-game already! Did you get
We can talk later. And not yet. Don't you need to skedaddle?
They said they'd let me off once I was done with this last delivery. With you all here, I thought you were in the middle of something, but you're working on that Antera. Oh, do you not want me around?
Of course not! It is bad enough that you bring such sewage into my office, then you decide to slack off here? During an important meeting, no less!
Gotcha. Top secret stuff. Sorry we couldn't hang around today, Vit.
There's nothing remotely top secret about what we do here.
Yeah, Luz, come on. Zon's been super curious about how we work. And I may have promised an inside tour accidentally. Whoops.
But no, I guess being all secretive is exactly in line with the place you want to get to.
Why must everyone irrelevantizing my commands be such a recurring event?
It's only fitting.
I do not want to know what you meant by that, Supenstein.
Important meeting. Kiss, make up, resume meeting.
If this is how your meetings usually go, I can see why they wouldn't be kept secret.
It's really not.
I suppose I'll let you have this one for now, Vit. Pizza may spectate my announcements.
I thought it was a meeting.
Preferably with minimal intrusion. In any case, while the state of the exterminators in the long term is of concern, there is simply not enough we know. I feel that, Considering the position I am in, eking out a higher position first will make things easier to determine.
Well, looking for Genophil spawning grounds sounds dubious. Securing the high ground's a smart idea. Hopefully I can find some time to help.
Fitiel, I'm assuming you are for joining me.
H*CK, yeah?
Whoa, whoa! So much for getting on me about swearing.
How about you, Suppenstein?
Maybe if you cough up a raise for dragging me around and possible R&D. Maybe.
I suppose that is the best option.
Any reason he calls her that?
Just an embarrassing incident with soup. Nothing too spectacular.
You're not exactly wrong, but let's continue to not talk about that, shall we?
Yeah. I suppose it would be hard to imagine homebrew cloning. Though, at the same time, we have a pretty healthy frog peak beaten up on Genophils. And some blue grape nerd.
Seems like your speed isn't limited to your delivery rate. Not bad, Pizan.
Thank you! By the way, Luce, I know that's not exactly the most legal thing to do.
I would much prefer you hush, period. In any case, we are beyond the point of adjourning this meeting. Shall we begin the search?
I guess I can if I check up on everyone in OSP and get a shot of Cap.
Is now the best time? You are not exactly in top form.
Aw, don't worry though. Doesn't take much for me to get moving again.
No guests!
Maybe another time.
Just as I last left it.
You could have us maintain the inside if you want, you know.
Ridiculous! That would require me to surrender the keys, an especially dangerous proposition when offered to you.
I wasn't planning to take the WV downtown or anything. Ugh, crap. But I'm sure Analia or Chris would handle things fine.
I've got it myself!
Oh, you gotta let them in more. It's not like you dislike them, right?
Well, but...
It's not like you gave Analia's or Chris's own groups the kickstart to make me happy, right?
I recall saying I do not owe you for when we met. This has nothing to do with that.
Just trust me more. If you can't trust them, trust me on trusting them.
It is amazing how you manage to be so complex yet so simple at the same time.
Not that you're one to talk or anything.
I have been wondering for a moment. It is unlike you to make an offer on research and development. Despite our mutual resentment, I do not understand your interest in sticking around. Surely you have an intriguing motive, Suppenstein.
I'll just put it like this. Getting rid of them isn't my key to success. They're just in my way. Plus, it's a chance for paid time away from you.
Your smell aside, Suppenstein, something reeks of roadkill disposed of into a bog.
Man, that genophil hike we weighed down some random alley was something. Hope we can find more.
I'm not sure we need a break at the park when most of our drive has been empty, that bunch aside.
Fool! The park is merely my next site for sweeping for hives. We have 100% factual data on how the genophils spawn now. Why stop for a rest when we have reached the breaking point?
Luz, we're well researched on genophils. Heck, the best! But are you sure it's gonna be that simple?
Capitalize on every advantage we find. That is how we keep them from expanding their numbers and size. No opportunity wasted.
Driving's bad enough, but you're probably gonna scare them away with the yelling too. With how these guys work, wouldn't be surprising if any hives we found grew legs and hopped off.
A sure sign they know their time in our fair city is nigh.
I've been kind of thinking about it. I don't know if these things can even do any knowing.
If they could, what were you gonna do? Tell them to sod off? Challenge them to an eating contest?
I know what I would do.
Of course you do.
I would tell them they have not done one good deed since appearing, merely spreading fear and turmoil against people before I grind their horrific spheres to corks underfoot. You, sir! I, Exterminator of Ranva City, am here on an investigation for possible Genethil hives, nests, or any similar likenesses.
Not that you're suspected of anything. We're just on a field trip, kinda.
Huh. You had me hyped for a date.
Well, what an unexpected yet pleasant surprise! I'd say you guys are free to check around as long as you don't bust up too much of the place. I hate to have those horrors, let alone anyone to meddle with my works.
You don't seem like you're in a high enough position to allow that.
I've dedicated myself long enough to the park that anyone would take my word for the big things.
Absolutely! Sheer devotion earns you your place.
You wouldn't be going to too far a place, would you?
I must vit! That is how Lucius Godwin will forever torch his name into the earth!
Just wish you'd stop a second, look around sometimes.
Don't fret. Just nicked myself.
Say, kinda doubt the Genophils would be along the path in most cases. Lots of area just covered in woods, you know.
Aw, can't we all just enjoy strolling and looking?
Pretty hard to do when, first of all, you slept bad. Second, you woke up bad. Then also you've been up all day and your legs hurt. Another time, maybe.
Yeah, see, this is the exact problem I have with things. If it gets bad, maybe I can carry you.
Come on, Tina. Help my old bones.
Fine, this one time I'll haul your weak little self.
Caught you! You do like him around.
Nonsense! I'm just reminding myself that I must be the one to pick up such slack.
You were smiling and blushing.
Enough of that! Just remember the whys of wiping out the Genophils.
Whatever you say.
Fit!
Did you see it? Where to take them?
Going by the unique garden work, we shouldn't leave you two alone for a second.
You're goofing off is how we split in the first place, Suppenstein! You and Swamp Queen!
As I recall, you tromped ahead and made Vit want to skip along.
Not important. Teammate MIA!
Suppenstein, even you should agree that Vit is of high priority.
Hey. You're out there, right?
Odd. I don't recall there being another tree so close.
Hold on, guys!
Vit! You have gotten yourself stuck in there? Shout louder next time!
You're already a bad enough influence on them.
Where's the thing that did this? I need to teach a rough lesson.
Oh, that jerk! Looked like nothing I'd seen, but I wasn't sure if it was a genophil. Dragged me underground and stuck me in here. And somehow I've done something to this tree. What's up there?
Those are no fruits!
A leader?
Now that we have eliminated most of them, we should focus on... Scum! My underlings are not yours!
Underlings. Okay.
I don't know what you expected.
Enough. Now we just...
I'm still here too, guys! Okay, now that's done, can we finally get me out of here? My legs are getting a bit sore.
Watch, first instinct will be to just tug on the bark like an idiot.
Say again.
Never mind.
Suppenstein! You may actually be best fit to free them.
Whatever you say. Stand back, Vit.
I feel like eating that whole pizza saved us there. We'll call it a day. Right, Lucius?
Not again, you! Vit! Something must be done about Vit! Swan Queen, you still have Histomed, yes?
Damn it! I'm out! We weren't too late. If Vit bled out,
Knew it. These little buggers just get everywhere.
If you knew these monstrosities had invaded, why did you not point us out sooner? We could have not made Vit go through this.
I didn't catch on to them until you guys showed up. It's usually timely, I gotta say. Was just my hunch. Practically connected to this place, you know? I can sense the presence.
Thanks for being so quick, guys. And Luce, thanks for actually...
Vit? What? What's wrong?
Oh, Tina!
You folks keep doing what you're doing. Not just for Rhombus City, but everyone. So nobody has to endure times like tonight.
You, Ashton, sir, hopefully you can get these damages worked out soon. And thank you ever so much for providing the Histomed we could not.
No trouble at all! You're fighting the good fight!
Hey,
Are you going to try saying that today's search was a waste, and my discovery about genophils having hives was debunked due to those last ones being more egg-like or fruit-like? No time exterminating the genophils is pointless, and...
oh, yeah, I had that on my mind, but I forgot when... Vit. Never mind, thanks for reminding me.
Have I ever once mentioned to you that your creation is my deepest regret?
No need to tell me, but on that note, science does exist to prove itself wrong. All the time. Today just reinforces that these guys come in whatever form they please. But anyway, sure, Vit whined enough to get a spot with us, but are you sure you want to keep dragging them around with us? Especially when things like that can happen? It's like the opposite of when you two first met. If there's one thing I'm glad about,
Yes, Supenstein?
it's that Ron City does a good job of keeping birds out. Such a shame those weak, fleshy limbs can't handle driving after dragging some weight around. Oh, come on, don't need to be so stubborn.
You are aware that can also be seen as self-critique, yes?
Wow! Look! One of those glowing trees out on the streets! Not too long ago, they announced some kind of project where they're trying to replace streetlights with nature stuff like this. Isn't that so rad?
A world without those horrors. Pursuing that ideal is what will make me history, so that everyone can keep living and admiring wonder.